Hi there! This video will be a guide to your chatbot's history. First things first, go to Machine Learning from Manage. To get history, your model needs to be supervised. That is the default setting, but if you've turned this off, it needs to be turned on again if you want to monitor the history. This can be done on your model on Configure. Make sure the supervised checkbox is ticked on. Next, go to History. Sort on Type if necessary. Here you can see all questions asked and how the chatbot replied in the last 2 weeks. As to not overload the cloudlet storage capacity, history is automatically deleted every 2 weeks. But if you click on the Conversations button on the right, you can download a CSV file with all conversations. This way, you can save the history for longer than 2 weeks at a time. Questionnaires will download a CSV file with all questionnaires, while leads will download a CSV file with all lead email addresses and messages. Let's take a look at the questions and answers. If you click Edit on one of these questions, you can see how the chatbot replied to this question. This is the exact message the user received when asking this question. Click Preview at the bottom to see the answer in HTML, as to see formatting and images. Satisfied or unhappy with the reply? You can use this question to create a new snippet. Make any needed changes to the reply, click Train on the bottom and click Save. Now you've created a new snippet that looks exactly like this for your model. Remember to re-vectorize. Next is User ID. We log user IDs based on device and browser. AKA, if a user uses the same computer and browser every time they use your chatbot, they will have the same user ID here. The user ID cannot be used to find out who they are or any personal information unless they give that information voluntarily. When using the chatbot, it's only to log conversations. In the list here, you can see a couple of unique user IDs. The team one is when I've tested through the cloudlet. These other IDs are when someone has tested this model on a HTML page. If I click on one of them, I can see all questions asked by this particular user. This is very useful for monitoring how your chatbot is being used. And if the user does give their name or email address, you can also confirm if the conversation ended in a sale. While we do have the option to delete here, that's not really necessary. Even if you're unhappy with the reply, it's not going to affect future replies. Check our video on how to test your chatbot for more details on how to do that. Lastly, at the very bottom, you can see the amount of questions that has been asked the last 2 weeks. Keep in mind that this is only for the last 2 weeks. And if you don't sort on model, it will be amount of questions for all your models if you have multiple. Under Reason, you can see a few different colors. If it's gray, that means this is a normal question that used ChatGPT to reply. If it's black, that means it's a questionnaire reply. If it's green, that means the reply contains an email address and wasn't sent to ChatGPT. Blue means it's a cached or a static reply. If it's red, that means the request failed to deliver. For example, if you're having reCAPTCHA issues. That's it. Thanks for watching.